Hello, David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience. Welcome back. I am here with Max Summerskill of Connolly, England. Hello there.
Hi, David. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you for inviting us into this wonderful place.
Pleasure. It's great to have you here.
Where are we sitting right now?
So this is what we call the salon in our shop in Clifford Street, which is an amazing old townhouse. It's one of the oldest townhouses in Mayfair. There's wood panelling as you come in that dates back to the sort of 1720s. But yeah, this is really a fantastic space. We show art. We have exhibitions here. We have evenings here, just upstairs from where the main shop is on the two floors below.
Unbelievable. And I have to tell you, when you walk in here, some shops, you kind of walk in and you're a bit sheepish. This one in particular, it's so inviting. You're welcomed in. This room in particular has very high ceilings, great ambient light right now. It's a very welcoming place, if that makes sense.
Yes, yeah, well that's great to hear. I mean we pride ourselves on fantastic customer service. That's what Connolly is all about, as well as the product, and we have some fantastic staff here that are that are just great with a huge amount of experience, huge amount of product knowledge as well. So
you said the magic word, by the way, experience, because we're
Yes.
all about the customer experience. I mean, it's got to be about that, not just the products. But we have a bit of history with Connolly, England, in the sense that we were at the Aston Martin works and they showed us the bolt of the Connolly leather, which was great.
Yeah.
But you've already, in the past, released a Bond line, didn't you?
Correct. Yes. So when the No Time to Die film came out, that came about because Daniel Craig was a customer of Connolly, which was great, and he'd been in the shop lots of times, and it really came about from that. Really, he was a customer. He came in, bought a few things, and a couple of pieces he decided that he wanted to wear on the film, which was amazing, which is the Gibino jacket behind us and one of our linen shirts, which I think you've reviewed both.
Yes.
It went from there, really. And then Eon, the producers of Bond, got in touch with us and asked to work with us over the period of the Bond film and to develop some products, and really went from there. So this is really our sort of second sort of small collection that we're adding in, with some really nice sort of cues to the leather that appeared on the DB5 in the film.
And what I love about this too is that, a few things. First of all, I'm going to name drop, when I sat down with Siderat in New York City, the costume designer, we were talking about the clothing, and she said there was one particular piece that almost was an objective signifier of Bond and romance. And she said it was the jacket that you all made and designed. She just loved that it was flowy, it was drapey, it wasn't something that was obviously Bond. It didn't have that military look because, let's face it, he's not in the military at that point.
No, it's a great piece, and it was actually, as I said, it was one that Daniel had sort of picked up on for himself, and that we'd had in a couple of different fabrics previously, and as you say, it's a great piece. It's really a sort of cross between a jacket and a shirt, and I think that's why it's worked so well, because it's it's sort of hitting that mark at the moment of people not wanting anything too formal.
Exactly.
That sort of crossover shirt jacket, which which seems to work really well.
It's beautiful. I wear mine a lot. But today, not too long ago, the company contacted me and said, we may have some new goodies coming out. So what do we have?
So we as I said, when the film came out, we had some great leather pieces in there that mixed our sort of Connolly leathers with the grey Vomol leather, which is on the DB5 in the film, and we continue to sell to Aston Martin for restorations and custom projects and things. So really, this was a sort of next step on some sort of 4 leather goods pieces that are, a couple of them are new, and a couple of them are just really pieces that we know we sell very well, and it just made sense for us to give them that sort of Bond sort of personality to them, and leather. So the first piece we got on here, which is we do a smaller version of this, sort of more like a sort of pocket-sized, what we call a circuit pouch, which has the sort of mix of the 2 leathers, which has always gone very well for us. And we sort of scaled that up as something that's more like a sort of folio, sort of laptop sleeve. So in terms of the exterior on it, we kept we're famous for a really nice grained leather,
Right.
and just mixed it with a smooth leather, and then which are from the Connolly archive, and then just a little nod to the Vomol leather with the grey zip puller on there, the 007 on the back,
Beautiful.
and our sort of signature rivet hardware, and then it's completely lined in leather as well.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's got the new Connolly Legacy 007
I don't know if
logo.
our overpaid cameraman can get a shot of that, but that is beautiful. I
Yeah.
love that.
So it's just a great piece. There's a couple of pockets inside for phones and
Yeah.
pens. It's got a light padding in, so
Yeah.
protect your laptop.
But like Bond, it's simple and sleek.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's
it's
got
very
these like,
elegant.
hidden moments.
Yeah, so that's the first piece.
Love it.
The second is really taking a sort of update of a sort of card case, the sort of simple card case that we do very well with. This is a new style that I have to say I've been trialing one for a few months, just in a.
Look at the patina on that.
Yeah, this
That's
is our
legit.
sort of signature veg tan leather. But in terms of the sort of the design of it, it's a great piece because it gives you the option of credit cards on the outside. It's still slim enough to fit in your pocket. You've got a gap
very
space
nice.
in there for banknotes. But
Right.
even though less and less people seem to carry
What's
money.
What's a banknote? That's,
Or receipts or whatever,
Yeah,
and there's a
no,
couple of
good.
extra pockets, but again, completely lined in leather as well. Again, it's got the lovely Vomol leather
Yeah.
detail on there, and the logo on the back.
Let's take a look at that. Let's see if we can get in close on that. I love that logo. I love the fact also, yes, it's Bond, but you're keeping very true to the Connolly brand. In fact, that you have the rivets and some of the coloring,
Yes.
the pebbling that
Yeah.
you're well known for.
Yeah, and the little sort of cutout on the corners
Yeah.
here is a little signature.
It's like
of
not
ours as well.
compromising, but you're
Yeah.
integrating with the Bond brand.
Exactly, and we like this time there's the sort of contrast between our grain leather that you'll see on
Yeah.
other products and the smooth leather.
By the way, I should mention that these are, the boxes themselves. I know it's maybe unimportant to some people. It's incredibly important to my audience because many of these are presentations or gifts.
Yes.
And in some cases, collectible. So some people will store their items. So the box itself, it's a nice thick box. It's got a nice hop stitch on it. It's got a beautiful embossing on it. So it's not something slight. You
Yeah, no,
went
absolutely.
the added distance to make it something.
Yeah, no, we absolutely wanted it to be, as you say, people buy them as gifts and some as
Yeah.
keepsakes. So, that was really.
I've been curious about this.
So it's a sort of travel watch case, and
Ooh.
we thought long and hard about this because a lot of people do it as a sort of roll,
Right.
or, a big box that you sort of keep at home. But really, we wanted something that you could travel with.
Yes.
That was, would keep a couple of watches safe. And, again, it sort of links to the sort of whole Bond, traveling around the world sort of theme. So it's got a certain amount of structure to it. So,
Right.
it does protect watches. It's got a space for two watches, and they're lined with Alcantara on
beautiful.
both sides. So the idea is that you slip a watch in
Practical application happening right now.
first, so it protects
Right.
protects the watch case, and then the other side, obviously you can put another watch in which fits the other way round. You've got the padded divider.
I love
in
that
there.
divider so it doesn't jump around in there.
Exactly, just to keep it safe. Again, we've got the logo on there.
You know that people are going to be using their imagination for this case. They're going to use it
Well,
for
exactly.
their technology,
Yeah.
their wires. I've got filming equipment
Yeah.
that could go because it's
Well, exactly.
I mean, it's terrible to put it into like a Ziploc bag or something like that. Where if you're trying to be a little bit more buttoned up,
Yeah.
I mean, this is the answer.
No, absolutely, and I think that's why we kept it away from doing a sort of soft watch roll because so like you say, it is something that's sort of multifunction. If you want to put your watch in and a pair of headphones or a charger
Right.
or something, you've got the space in there. But just keeps whatever you've got in there nice and snug. And as I said, it's there's a certain amount of structure to it
Yeah.
just to keep things safe in
I
there.
love it. Now, don't forget your watches in here.
No, I won't won't forget that one.
They're going to sell this to somebody. They're going to get what was that, a Rolex?
Oh, I'm afraid not. No.
That's look like one. But
And the final item is is our phone holster, which I believe.
Yes, in fact, we are going to be doing and
Okay.
have done a live test in London, so we're going to serve that up right now. All right, I promised a field test of this elusive shoulder holster that we were just talking about, and here it is. Oh, you don't see it? No, of course you don't, because it's a phone shoulder holster. So check this out. I'm wearing right now, this is my Anthony Sinclair Goldfinger when James Bond gets his DB5 from Q. This is the herringbone one, which we're not going to show you too much now because we got a full review coming on this suit right here. But I'm using it for a particular purpose because I really needed to put the shoulder holster through the paces. Now, you're not seeing it because it's a shoulder holster that's supposed to be disguised. Check this out. Hold on a second. Hold on. What the? I didn't see that. Look at that. So it goes on. I mean, here's that incredible Connolly DB5 leather. See the Goldfinger connection? And here, right here, is, of course, the phone part of the shoulder holster. It goes under my arm so it doesn't break the lines of the suit jacket. And you can see that it comes over, well, let me show you. Comes over the shoulder right there, and it drapes along the back so it doesn't break the line of the suit. It's flipped around right now, but I can even that out very quickly. It's very comfortable. It has a stretch material on this side. It's got the beautiful leather that is incredibly gentle, not just to my shoulder, but to the ease of movement. It doesn't feel like there's anything there. And that's the great thing about this. I mean, the details on here are everything. First of all, let's take a better look at this. You can see right away the leather is absolutely beautiful. It's a stunning, stunning leather. It's Connolly leather, so why not? And it's magnetic, the little flap that opens and closes to hold the phone. But on both sides of this, you actually have pockets, little slats, if you will, to hold cards, whether it's an ID card or a business card. It's quick release, easy to get to, even when it's under a jacket. And you need that. It needs to be something practical. The strap itself that goes over, you can either have it like I do, where it's a shoulder holster, you can see here, or you can actually do it so you can have it as a wraparound. So you're just kind of carrying it almost like a satchel, like a merce, which is a man purse, or a man bag. Would you call that a mag? Yes, you would, from a marketing standpoint. Who knew? But that's what this is. This I actually wore in a business meeting. So we put it through the paces, we put it through it, and it was so comfortable. You forget that it's there, but what I despise about wearing a suit is the phones in your pocket, the wallets, the cards, everything breaks the line of a beautiful suit. You get a suit like this made, and suddenly you got these things slouching off, or worse, they're in your pockets, right? And they're bulging. The phone is bulging. So, and it's just not good. So you don't want to do that. This is such a cool, practical piece. I remember opening this, the beautiful box and display that it comes in, thinking like, why didn't somebody do this sooner? That was kind of a big question on my mind. Now, somebody's done it. So there we go. It's out there in the wild. So that was amazing. And I felt it also incredibly comfortable. What I loved about it is when you wear a phone with the suit and you put it into your jacket, immediately it kills the line of the jacket.
Yeah.
It imprints on there and everybody's like, oh, he's got 3 credit cards and a phone and, what else is in there? But this is something that just went right under the shoulder. The fun factor is where it came into play. Everybody I showed it to, they were like, are you kidding me? I'm no forecaster, but I think this is going to be the one that most Bond fans gravitate to.
Yeah, I think you're right. And it was always about doing something. Isabel, the owner and creative director at Connolly, it was something it was her idea, and it was really, like you say, it was really just a fun thing that, just everybody knows about Bond, and
Yeah.
he carries a gun, and but there's obviously this was about moving that on, and more of a fun thing that he carries a phone in, and we designed that, or it was designed by Sebastian Conran, who is the son of Terence Conran, who's a very famous interior designer and restaurateur in the UK and around the world. And Sebastian's worked with Connolly on a number of projects over the years, and he just brings a sort of sense of fun to all the things that he's done for us. He's done, which you might have seen, is some fantastic sort of picnic kits and
yes.
tool kits that we sell fantastically well in the shop, and we gave him a bit of a brief, and that's what he came up, and we went through quite a big process of fine tuning it to make sure, like you say, it was comfortable and sort of sat close to the body, but ultimately it's just a really fun piece, and I think
fun.
You're right.
But practical too.
Yeah.
So I mean, places for your credit cards. Again, these are things that are falling out. Sometimes you don't want to wear a wallet with a suit because again, it breaks the line of your beautifully invested suit. This has the credit cards, and I will say this, although it's an overt fun piece, the 007 aspect of it, the legacy aspect, is very subtle.
Yeah.
It's more kind of hidden. It's not like a giant 007 that screams. But I have to tell you something. The entire time we've been filming this, my eye has been drawn because it's very intimidating. It looks like these could be mission hit papers, assassination on David Zaritsky. I don't know. There is an envelope staring at me in the face. What is that thing?
Well, let's find out. So
All right.
Is, we'll talk you through also, but this is, again, another fun piece for us. So this is, we've done a range of T-shirts, which are limited edition, which sort of pick up on some of the movie titles, and some of them which are sort of inspired by movie titles as well.
Right.
And what we thought would be fun in terms of the packaging, that it comes in the sort of brown manila envelope, the sort of top secret manila envelope. It's branded with the exclusively for James Bond. So each of those we just sort of hand stamp to give it that
that's
sort
perfect.
of.
It's like a thumbprint. Everyone is different. So.
Exactly. And then at the bottom it just tells you a bit about what it is and what it's made from. But again, it's sort of made to look like that sort of top secret.
And again, from a presentation standpoint, it's great. And then
and you open it, and inside you have your T-shirt. So this is one of the limited edition T-shirts. Again,
I love
it's all about the fun of Bond, and as I said, I'll walk you through the other styles. But
by the way, we even take a look at hang tags. I know, we're crazy. This is the audience though.
And this has got our new limited edition label. It's got the
it's beautiful.
The gold, a little bit of a nod to the gold finger film, and then on the back just a little bit of subtle Connolly 007 branding on the back.
If you know, you know.
Exactly. And then in terms of the fit, it's a slimish fit. It's not it's not by any means sort of super slim, but it's a very nice fit. It's got the split. Split sides as
for
well.
comfort.
Yeah, which is just a nice little detail and a herringbone tape. So not too heavy either, but just a.
I love it, and you have a variety. Should we take a quick walk? Wait till you see this. You thought that was it? No.
So again, this was very much led by Isabel, and we wanted we obviously had access to the Bond archive, and Isabel spent a lot of time sort of trawling through lots of various images, and we just came up with some ones that we really liked. So we've got this one, which is the Spectre, just with the Spectre symbol on the back, and then integrating our logo into that. Nothing on the front, so just a really sort of fun, quite a subtle one. And then taking some of those some of the Bond movie names, so the Live and Let Die, and again, it's all about sort of making it quite fun.
I love it.
Just people look at it and think, what's that all about?
It's almost like the Wham T-shirts.
Yeah.
So turn around. What is it saying? What are you trying to tell me?
Exactly. So that's Live and Let Die. There's one pocket style, which is for your eyes only, and again, we just thought it's fun to make it really small, so people sort of got to go, oh, right.
And it looks like an envelope.
Yes.
For your eyes
true.
only, like what's in there.
Exactly.
Oh.
And then the 007, and we sort of made this a little bit different. Almost, the idea was that, sort of where your holster would be if you're
Yeah.
carrying your
I noticed
your
that.
Wolf PPK.
Yeah,
I think this is
fantastic.
the one you've been.
Yes, yeah.
you've
So
been
I got a
trying.
sneak peek of this in wearing it. The fit is great on it.
Yeah.
I was saying that it's so soft. It's almost like broken in, if you will.
Yeah.
But yes, I did notice. I was like, at first, I'm like, why is it up the rib cage? And I'm like, holster 007. Very good.
You got it.
Very good. Yeah. Takes a moment for me. You're much quicker than I am at home. Me, not so much.
And this again, another fun one, Mr.
Subtle
Bond.
Mr. Bond. Yeah.
yeah. Just just really nice and subtle.
This one is really great.
This one I think is my favourite.
What a
which
nice
is
ode.
The Sean Connolly.
Sean Connolly. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where we're going through them, and then I think somebody said Connery
Makes
Sean
all the
Connery.
sense,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah,
It's an ode to both.
exactly.
The man and the brand.
Yeah. It's a good sort of dual brand, and then finally is the
Oh, that's great.
Doctor No, which so all of these with the film titles are in the original font of the
Which
the
is
films.
perfect.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So yeah, so a lot of fun. There's
You
seven.
know,
in
some people are
total.
going to look at this and say it's false advertising if you're not a doctor.
Yeah,
And then you go, no.
literally no.
We're just working out the undertones of everything that's going to happen. I love, we have to show these pieces because these
Yes.
were in your,
Well, this is actually a new. Originally we did actually this one I'm wearing at the moment as the first collection for Bond, which is what we call our drop back car vest, which is a fantastic piece we've made in England that we've done since we relaunched Connolly back in 2016. And it's always been a firm favourite with everyone, and we do 7 or 8 colours.
so I've got a story with this because I have this at home, the navy one that you're wearing. And what I love about it is the tail is subtly longer, but it is longer.
Yeah.
So literally sitting in the car, it is so comfortable because it gives you an extra level
Yeah.
of cushion,
Yeah.
but also warmth as well. And it's perfect for those days where it's like, it's not a jacket day and it's not a not jacket day.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in the middle.
Exactly.
Fantastic
Yeah,
piece.
it's a great one for this time of year,
Yeah.
as you say, where it's cold in the morning, but then gets a bit warmer. So we've done it in black, which is the first time we've done it in black, and we
Sleek.
felt it was a bit of a sort of sleek, more of a stealth piece.
Love
It's
it.
got a new branding, which is just with our signature rivet that you saw on the leather goods, and then Connolly on the back. And what makes it sort of even more practical is that you've got a couple of pockets on the inside, which is great for sort of phone or glasses. And then there's also a button pocket on the other side with a Connolly branded horn button as well.
Phenomenal.
But yeah, it's a great piece, as you say, very very wearable.
So I have a question because the last piece that we have over here is, of course, if it's not recognizable to you, then you haven't seen the movie or you haven't been to my channel. But this jacket, is this forever going to be in the collection? Will this be a staple?
Yes, I think it is. At the moment we've had a big sort of waiting list for them. Actually, I mean it was one that we really had in for originally in the spring, and then we sold out, and we had a long waiting list. So we've reordered, which we've had in recently. That's already starting to sell out in certain sizes. So yeah, I think the plan is to keep. We don't want to sort of disappoint any customers really. So we'll keep ordering it. And keeping customers happy, really.
The fact that there's a waiting list is a testimony to how popular this jacket is.
Yeah.
I think the other thing that I found when people receive this jacket is they say it looks a certain way, but it actually looks much better in person.
Yes.
Which is really fantastic. And by the way, that's the other thing too. I mean, obviously, for this new line, we're going to have links below to which you can order this. So if you're in Kansas or California and you don't have a Connolly England close by, this is your opportunity to do that. But I'll go the added distance and say, if you are in town and you have an opportunity to meet these great people, but to also experience the shop, it's very different to be able to pick this up. You can't smell through the camera, but the leather, everything about it, the ambiance in here, the lighting, it adds to the moment of actually engaging with the brand.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, we'd love to welcome on your viewers and give them a Connolly tour and introduce them to all the product.
It's worth it. Well,
Yeah.
listen, thank you so
My
much for
pleasure,
your
David.
help.
Nice to meet you.
Really great. Excited about the line. So one last thing. There's been discussion in the Bond community, whether you have a sartorial lean or not, about the t-shirts that we just discussed. in the previous scenes before. And since I did that video, it's been, a few weeks, you can see the beard, of course. This is something that has been a conversation. 130 quid for the t-shirts. This one in particular is mine. It's got the 007 logo on the rib cage. Comes in the really cool thing. I think it's really cool. It's a t-shirt. It's a high grade t-shirt. I get that. And people say, well, okay, high grade, maybe I'll put a couple extra dollars on it, but how do they get 130 quid? So one of the things I will start to point out is many fashion brands, and Connolly is a fashion brand, it's style and fashion combined together. They will often put out a line like this as an artistic lean into something sartorial. They have the Gibino jacket, they have the linen shirts, they have an entire line of clothing that most of us would say, I could see the value behind that, a jacket, a shirt, etc. A few people definitely said t-shirts, 130 pounds, may be a bridge too far for me. And that's to be respected. I think for many people, maybe even for most people, that would not be the investment they want to make. And that's okay. That's why a company like Connolly and so many put out different levels and different lines of items. These are luxury brands. And as somebody who's standing here who owns a Tom Ford Polo over there in the corner that was $990, I'm hard pressed to throw rocks in a glass house. Broken windows aplenty when you do that. But I will say this, because Tosca is not for everyone, and this wouldn't be for everyone, I absolutely respect that. There are other alternatives for t-shirts out there and other ways to kind of doff your hat. So yes, we can scream at the cloud, don't rain, and it rains anyway, or we can understand that fashion and style brands will do this from time to time. They also know that people have choices. People don't have to engage. They don't have to purchase it. There's other alternatives out there that are maybe a better investment for you. Maybe it's a different level of creativity. Maybe it's something more subtle in branding. All those things that define what your preference is, that's what you should be going on. So nobody's here right now on this video saying, buy, 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 buy. No, they're not doing that. They're saying, make smart choices. Make choices that connect to you. And if this doesn't connect to you from an investment standpoint or an artistic standpoint, pass. Just pass. For me, I like the t-shirt, but I love this. I mean, clearly, I'm giving this a lot of airtime right now. I wanted to do it out in the wild. Their leather products I use now in my everyday life. The t-shirt is fine. If I give it a review, I would give it a fine. I like it. But there are some things about this that I love. And that's what a line should do. If you gravitated to everything, there'd be no choice in life. There wouldn't be a lot of opinions. So that's mine. I thought I would give it at the end. Here we go. I want to thank Connolly for doing this, for absolutely just lighting up my time there. They were very kind, very generous, and for letting me kind of review these out in the wild, because who doesn't like that? In the meantime, this has been David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience. We'll see you all real soon. Oh, take care. Cheers. Thanks for watching this episode. If you want to be up on the latest from the Bond Experience, just click on this subscribe and subscribe to our channel. You're going to get all the latest and greatest information, plus some exclusive content. And by the way, speaking of content, here's something especially for you, just because we know you. Talk to you soon.